Pike Lambeth, Dr. Stanley Gundry, Michael Pigon, Harmony of the Gospels, Solved.com. Today is May 15th, 2018, and this is my introductory video to Michael Pigon Gospels Masterpiece. This is a work which I published on my website, harmonyofthegospelsolved.com, which is a 13.5-foot poster which proves definitively the true timeline of Christ's earthly ministry. Okay, so this work back here is what I completed in the year 2005. In the year 2000. Okay, so this is Harmony of the Gospels Solved by Michael Pigon in fall of 2000. michael.pigon@gmail.com. And this is poster 1, poster 2, and poster 3. And so what I did was I just took the section headings from a standard Pew Edition Bible, the New King James Version, Nelson Publishers, and I just put those in cells. Okay, so it creates a 6-foot poster when you add some timestamps as well. So for example, if we come over here, this says, 4 fishermen called as disciples. Jesus casts out an unclean spirit in the house of Simon and Andrew. Peter's mother-in-law is healed. Many healed after Sabbath sunset. All of Galilee, preaching in Galilee. So when you just take the section headings and add some time and place stamps that come from Scripture, you get this 6-foot poster. And so what I had discovered and documented in the year 2000 is that only 4 blocks of Matthew are out of order. And everything else lines up. See this? All of this lines up. All of this yellow. Everything here, it just lines up. This is original content to Luke. Luke 9:51. Jesus travels from the north to the south to attend the festival of Tabernacles, John 7, 8, 9, 10. And here in John, I think it's 13:22. Let's go check it out. John 13, verse 22. And he went through the cities and villages and journeying toward Jerusalem. Here's Jesus traveling to the Feast of Dedication. John 10:22. And here's Jesus again in Luke. Let's go see what verse it is. 17:11, right? 17:11. To Jerusalem, the midst of Samaria and Galilee. Here's Jesus traveling to Passover. Here's the last week of Jesus' life. This is a blockbuster from the year 2000. I solved the Harmony of the Gospels. So in 2005, I had sent this work to Germany, to the address that Dr. Darrell Bach instructed me to send it to. I was referred to Darrell Bach, or actually Darrell Bach was referred to me by David Harmeyer, Azusa Pacific University. So in 2008, I did this as a research project, Azusa Pacific University. 2008, I was awarded my second master's for this. In 2012, I went through a 60-day fast. I've documented that in some other videos. So this is my life's work. And someone like you, Dr. Gundry and Dr. Bach, you understand, that this is a multi-billion-dollar project, because if it's true, which it is, which is what this poster is going to show, as well as some other props that I've staged here, some letters and some other scholarly works. This affects all Harmony of the Gospels. Dr. Gundry, your Harmony of the Gospels is now going to be replaced, because the true timeline's been proven. So, if it's up to me, I'd like to work and coordinate with all of you I clean up well. I'm just a Christian guy. I got saved in 1990 as a 25-year-old. So in that sense, I'm an innocent sheep. So we're going to find out, my recent correspondence with Dr. Darrell Bach. Right now it's May 15th, 2008. In March 15th, 2 months ago, on this day, two months ago, March 15th, I called Dr. Bach, and he picked up the phone. We had a 39-minute conversation. We'll go into my study in just a minute. I'll show you a little bit of what transpired from that. But he conceded that Peter's mother-in-law was healed, and many were healed after Sabbath sunset. That's 4 verses from Matthew. It just goes right here. Here's Peter's mother-in-law healed, many healed after Sabbath sunset. In Mark, here's Luke. Peter's mother-in-law healed, and many healed after Sabbath sunset. This block of text just goes right here. So if you look at my video that I created, for Dr. Darrell Bach, we just have these 3 blocks. They just go right here. This material in Matthew is right here. There's Mark, there's Luke. It just goes right here. So this is the area that was affected by displacement. So in 2000, I identified these 4 verses from Matthew that they were displaced in 2000. And in 2005, I communicated that to Darrell Bach. Now in 2018, Dr. Darrell Bach has conceded. He said, we know that somebody has moved. Peter's mother-in-law is healed, and many healed after Sabbath sunset. So he believes the right thing, but he believes it for the wrong reason. But once he had conceded that first block, that somebody had moved it, it's displaced, I knew that now my Harmony of the Gospel Solved was going to be published. And this is the displaced text. See how everything just lines up perfect with Mark and Luke? And that's 3 seasons. That affects 3 seasons of Jesus' ministry. Summer, autumn, winter. So once we relocate these 3 blocks of Matthean text where they have their corollaries in Mark and Luke, then we have to take all the text and line it up. This is just the section headings and some time and place stamps provided by Scripture. But when we take all the text from these three seasons, summer, autumn, winter, you take all the text, and here's what it looks like. It's a 13.5-foot poster. This is all the text. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. It's a 13.5-foot poster, and it lines up perfect. This is all the text. So you only have 3 videos to watch after this to see the most important scholarly work since the New Testament, and that's the true timeline of Christ's earthly ministry. And I created this, I guess, probably in April, and then published it on my website April 25th, 2018. And I let everybody know on April 27th. I sent out the emails. So Pike Lambeth, just so you know, like if you watch the video that I made, for Dr. Darrell Bach, just here's your genuine leather New American Standard Bible. I purchased this when I was attending a CCV as a seminary student. I was a youth volunteer there for 2 years, so I was trying to fit in. There's your Foundations publications. I was also awarded a New American Standard updated when I graduated seminary. That's bonded leather, though. I had also used a New American Standard for my time as a religious studies major at Cal State Long Beach. I have the Bachelor of Arts in Religious Studies there. So if you open up to Matthew 9, okay, and you see how prominent that is right there in Matthew 9. Well, 9:2 is displaced text. 9:2 is displaced text. But you'd never know it by looking at your Bible. Hey, Pike, this is just one of hundreds of ways your new American Standard is going to want to incorporate Harmony of the Gospel Solved by Michael Pigon. See that? Jesus forgives and heals a paralytic. Matthew the tax collector. Jesus is questioned about fasting. That begins at Matthew 9:2. This is 9:1. Matthew 9:1 when Jesus gets in the boat. And Jesus doesn't get in a boat and go to Matthew 9:2. Jesus forgives and heals a paralytic. Matthew the tax collector. And Jesus is questioned about fasting. This is the second block of the 4 blocks. See, here it is right here. Jesus is questioned about fasting. Jesus forgives and heals a paralytic. Matthew the tax collector. Jesus is questioned about fasting. Here it is in Luke. Jesus forgives and heals a paralytic. Matthew the tax collector. Jesus is questioned about fasting. Here's Matthew 9:2. Jesus forgives and heals a paralytic. Matthew the tax collector. Jesus is questioned about fasting. This block just goes right here. It goes here like that. It's right here. So this block goes here. This block goes here. This block goes here. This block goes here. Now we have the true timeline of Christ's earthly ministry because everything else lines up. From top to bottom of the poster, beginning to end of Mark and Luke, everything lines up. Mark and Luke, they line up. And Matthew, excuse me please, Matthew lines up as well. Okay? Except for these blocks of text. Except for these blocks of text. Excuse me, please. They just go right here. So this is the area that's affected by displaced text. Summer, autumn, winter. And here it is. Here's the story. And Pike, that's just one example of many examples of why you're going to want to incorporate this work with your New American Standard updated, because this work's coming out. This work's coming out right now. Scholarship knows what this is now. I respect that you're not a scholar, but scholarship knows what this is. So this is the Bible study. You're going to see, you have just 3 videos to watch. The first one is an introductory video. You'll see that. Then the second one is a Bible study. And you can click and view this and follow along with the Bible study. Because people are confused. Excuse me, please. People are confused about the beginning of Jesus' ministry. And then the next 3 seasons are displaced. Everything else lines up. Hey, I'll get some water. Come on in the kitchen. I wanted to show you something anyway while we're in here. Because two Sundays ago, on March 6th, I was in the emergency room. I've had excruciating chest pain, so I think it's probably of the Lord. I'm going to show you something while we're in here. Excuse me, please. In my life, and most recently, I've had this excruciating chest pain, and you'll see me mention that in another video. It's like if you take a table knife and take the butt end of a table knife, and you push in the sternum until it's sore bruised, and then it's excruciating till you scream. Sorry about that. Probably not done coughing, right? So in 2005, I sent this correspondence, and I sent my work to Dr. Darrell Bach. He had me send it to Germany. So I gave him my introductory page and then my thesis page. So he's had these posters right here since 2005. These posters, this work right here since 2005, and I've communicated to him what it is. Now he's gone silent, on me. Since he conceded that someone has moved, Peter's mother-in-law is healed and many healed after Sabbath sunset. Once he conceded that, I think he knew what was coming next. Because this next one is as easy to prove as that one. In fact, there's only 4 blocks. You can easily see where they go. They just go right here. So if you look at my video to Darrell Bach, you'll see me communicating that. Now I know that, I created this. Solving the last week of Jesus' life is also easy if you just honor the text. I did this unique and original work in 2000, and then I saw it on the internet over a decade ago. It comes with this work right here as well. I did that at the same time, and then I created this essay that talks about the last week of Jesus' life. And then in 2000, Dr. Gundry, I didn't know. You'll see. I'm gonna review a little bit of my history. I have a couple dozen professional recipients here. A friend and I spent $1,000 and mailed out this poster in October 2015. Here's just some of the names. I mean, I've already published this on the website. You'll see this. Michael Martin, Golden Gate Seminary, George Guthrie, Union, Pike Lambeth, Lockman Foundation, Institute for Biblical Research, Master's Seminary, Dallas Theological Seminary. Who else is on here? Christianity Today, Evangelical Seminary, Dean's Council, Tyndale Fellowship Administration, Faithlike Corporation, InterVarsity Press, Baker Publishing Group. 3 recipients over at Talbot, Scott Ray, Clint Arnold, Michael Wilkins, Kostenberger at Southeastern Baptist Theological Seminary. And what else here? B&H Publishing, BibleSoft, Crossway, CBA in Colorado Springs, American Bible Society, Eerdmans Publishing Foundation, Society of Biblical Literature, Graham Cole and D.A. Carson over at Trinity, Kendall Eastley Union University, Compass International, Bill Perkins has also received a copy of this. So they got this letter. You can read it. It's on the website, 2015. So let me begin to wind up. Come on in the study room. Sorry about the coughing earlier. My apologies. So Pike. This is the Bible I received in 1965 from my godmother when I was born. This is a Reims Douay Catholic Bible. And if you just open up, check this out. You just open up towards the back. I'm not very eye-hand coordinated. I always mess up on this stuff. Here, we'll put it on the bed right here. Okay. It's a harmony of the Gospels. So Pike, even if you don't realize, what's going on here, Dr. Gundry does. This is, in a scholarly sense, this is the Holy Grail of the Gospels. There's never been a consensus on the true timeline of Christ's earthly ministry, and now it's proven. And the Roman Catholics have a reputable commentary called Sacropagina. So once this harmony gets published, it's changing all the Bibles, all the harmony of the Gospels, all the timelines of Christ's earthly ministry, all the commentaries, all the reference books. This poster. Come on back here. I'll show you this. I'll show you this poster. This is the same poster that's out there attached to the other two. This poster should be in every seminary, in every Bible scholar's study. This is the true timeline of Christ's earthly ministry. Have you ever wondered about when Jesus gets in a boat? Here's Jesus getting in a boat. Wind and wave obey Jesus. 2 demon-possessed men healed. Jesus gets in a boat. Come down here later. Here's Jesus getting in a boat. A deserted place, feeding the 5,000. Jesus walks on the water. Here's a third time Jesus gets in a boat. In the region of Magdala, the Pharisees and Sadducees seek a sign. There's the 3 times Jesus gets in the boat. You follow the multitudes. That's what this new work does. You follow the multitudes, you follow the boats, you follow John the Baptist, and you follow the festivals. Those are 4 big time markers, because 1,000 people just don't disappear. And this right here, when Jesus gets in the boat, Pike Lambeth, that's why Matthew 9:1 is important. Because Jesus gets in the boat, and then he doesn't go to Matthew 9:2 to forgive and heal a paralytic, Matthew the tax collector, and Jesus is questioned about fasting. So part of what's going on here, I'm a nice person. I've tried to be patient, but I was in the emergency room yet again, and I had never had a high blood pressure before. And I looked at the screen. I couldn't believe what I saw. It was 150 over 110. Yeah, the pain's excruciating. And now we have a situation here. Dr. Gundry, I guess you're still at Cornerstone. I had sent an email to David Turner, if you know who that is, with my work. Here, let me show you. Let me show you that. It's right here. On June 4th, 2016, to david.turner at cornerstone.edu. Here's an introductory email. And then my contact information. And then is Stanley N. Gundry, A Harmony of the Gospels, 1978, on staff at your school? Is he okay? Is he well? Would this interest him? I've been trying to get a hold of you, Dr. Gundry. I didn't know you were at Zondervan. I guess you're a senior. What's this say? I guess there's a Kostenberger plagiarism thing going on. But there's a senior vice SVP, senior vice publisher. Yeah, Kostenberger. I had sent him my work as well, right? And I had sent a lot of work to Daniel On at Trinity. So that's correspondence from 2013. I did a big send out. It's still on my Facebook page. Let's see where that is. Let's just go here and go back. See here, sent email. And just type in Carson, right? Type in Carson. Carson.aa@gmail.com. So in August 23rd, 2013, there's also, where's Daniel on? don@tiu.edu. August 6th, 2013. There's a lot of work here that I sent. Here's my poster that I had attached. That's the poster outside. So my work was sent out as a hard copy, and my work was sent out as a digital. Carson, Daniel On over at Trinity, Darrell Bach, 2005, Kolstenberger, 2015, 21 other professional recipients. So I'm going to be homeless. I'm going to be homeless June 5th, unless the church shows up. I was physically hit at Johnny Carino's Rancho Cucamonga on Day Creek. So I had to report that. I had a hostess push me off balance, so I reported that to Human Resources. Then I had the general manager hit me in the solar plex. I didn't know enough to call the police. You know, when something like that happens, it stuns you. So that went to Human Resources. Then I got whatever schedule I wanted. Then a third employee, a waiter, elbowed me like that. So I had to document that. And then when I documented that, they let me go in January. So I haven't worked since January. So under these extraordinary circumstances, you know, I was denied a health plan. When I went in October, November of 2014, I went to the hospital in Glendora, laying there on the floor. It's excruciating. God has forced this issue. He's forced this issue. And now, you know, through recent correspondence, Dr. Gundry, you don't know me, but here's my research paper, Azusa Pacific University, 2008. It shows that John chapter 5, Pentecost, is the best candidate for the unnamed feast of John 5, Pentecost. And once we do the harmony of the gospel solved, just relocate those 4 obvious blocks of text. Everything meshes perfect. So in that case, Pentecost is the only option. And anybody that wants to move John chapter 5, you know, that they better have good reason to do it. Because John 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fits perfect for the first 2 seasons of Jesus' ministry. Once scholars start messing around with this, you know, it becomes confusing, and they don't have any authority to do that. Just leave it alone. Let John 5 be John 5. And that's when Jesus says, well, you know, regarding John the Baptist, you know, you were interested in him for a while, you know. So here Jesus is baptizing, and he's baptizing more disciples than John. And a couple months later, Pentecost, he refers to John in the past tense. Then when John was put in prison, he comes back to Galilee. He's rejected at Nazareth, and he comes to Capernaum and begins his Galilean ministry. Summer, autumn, winter. We have the true timeline of Christ's earthly ministry. My name's Michael Pigon, harmonyofthegospelsolved.com. I've got a court date for June 5th on December 16th, 2017, under those extraordinary circumstances, being hit at work, being double booked at work, having somebody not cover for me last minute that they said they would, the excruciating chest pain, trying to manage this pain with wine instead of the emergency room. I ended up with a second DUI. I don't think a court, a jury would convict me since I was denied health care and since I was being physically assaulted at work. There's just extraordinary circumstances, but if you don't, honest truth, if something doesn't happen between today, May 15th, 2018, in the next couple weeks, I have a court date, June 4th, 2018, and I have to be moved out of this residence on June 5th. So God has forced the issue. That's why I had to take this 32 minutes or so. Pike, Dr. Gundry, and communicate the events that have pushed me off of the cliff to do this work. And now you've got a human being that has thrown himself into the arms of the church for the sake of the gospel. And I'd like you to give me a call. Area code 626-327-2516. Right away. I could use the encouragement. Find out where you're at with all this. So, Pike Lambeth, for accountability, because you're not a scholar, so you don't have a way of knowing how important this work is and what it does. This 13.5-foot poster that it proves these 4 displaced sections of Matthew. They're very obvious and they're very orderly. And now, Dr. Bach has conceded this first one was moved, which is what I said in 2000. This one is just as easy to prove as that one. And then this one goes here, and this one goes here. There's just 4 blocks of text. You line up all the text, and this is what it looks like. It's a 13.5-foot poster. So I hope to hear from you. This is my best attempt at a nice tone and respect, even as I'm hitting a crisis in 2 weeks in my life. So hope to hear from you. I want to tell you I love you. And I'm just a Christian guy. So if there's any purity in Christianity left with Jesus and his lambs and sharing the gospel and doing a good scholarly work, very sound, very conservative, very obvious, then I might have life yet. Otherwise, I'm in a highly vulnerable situation, right? All right, love you. Hope to hear from you. Love you, Pike. And Dr. Gundry, looks like you're still going, huh? I read your Wikipedia article. So, love you. Hope to hear from you. All right, bye-bye.